We have a 2010 Ford Ranger. We're going to go through the steps in replacing the fuel pump. We'll start by bleeding the pressure off the system using our pressure relief valve on our gauge. Be sure and capture the fuel into a safe container. Before beginning any repair, disconnect the negative battery cable. In order to do a proper fuel pump replacement, we need to clean the inside of the tank, and that will require the removal of the tank. Disconnect the fuel vent line and filler line. Remove the tank shield. With the fuel tank properly supported, remove the tank straps. Partially lower the fuel tank and disconnect the rear emissions line. With the fuel tank in this position, remove the cover plate. Slide the safety retainer over on the electrical connector and disconnect from the fuel pump. Disconnect the emissions line and 2 fuel lines. Be sure and capture any fuel into a safe container. With everything disconnected, lower the tank from the vehicle. It's a good idea to clean the outside of the tank before removing the module assembly. This will keep any excessive debris from getting in the tank. Remove the vent line from the module assembly. Using a non-ferrous brass punch, remove the locking ring, turning it counterclockwise. Inspect the locking ring to make sure it's not damaged in any way that would hinder its reuse. As you remove the module assembly, there may be some residual fuel in the strainer. Be sure and capture this into a safe container. At this point, we need to drain the remaining fuel into a safe container and clean the inside of the tank. Having a clean environment for the fuel pump to operate in will extend the life of the pump. With the inside of the tank thoroughly cleaned, we're ready to install the new Airtex fuel pump module. As you install the module into the tank, be sure that the arrow on the flange aligns with the hash mark on the top of the tank. With the module fully seated, install the locking ring, turning it clockwise. Making sure that the safety tabs are fully engaged. There are 3 raised dots on the top of the tank that show the proper location for the cover retaining studs on the locking ring. Reinstall the vent tube on the module and partially raise the tank into the vehicle. As you raise the tank into position, be sure and work the fuel filler hose over the top of the frame. With the tank in this position, reconnect the fuel lines, the emissions line, and the electrical connector. Reinstall the cover plate and reconnect the rear emissions tube. Fully raise the tank into position and install the tank straps. Install the tank shield and reattach the fuel filler and vent hose. With the repair complete, reattach the negative battery cable. Cycle a key 2 to 3 times in order to charge the system. Start the vehicle and monitor fuel pressure, making sure it's within vehicle specifications. Now before we remove our pressure gauge, we'll shut the vehicle off and bleed the pressure using our pressure gauge, making sure to capture any fuel into a safe container.